Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. And if you can't tell, this is quite the different setting than the bee yard. So first, welcome to my garage. It is June 15th, and this is that one special day a year where we are going to be harvesting some honey. So if you can't see over my right shoulder, I have quite a few honey supers here. I pulled them Saturday. Today's Tuesday, so they've been in the garage Saturday, Sunday, Monday, fourth day if you want to consider that. And the reason I did that is because I'm trying something new this year. So like I said, I pulled them on Saturday, set them up on the workhorses here, and if you can't tell or hear, you probably can, I have a dehumidifier underneath blowing hot, dry air through the supers, and then I have a box fan on top, obviously drawing the air through. And if we get a close look, the top number is the temperature from the dehumidifier, so 104 degrees, and the percentage is the humidity, 22, and the very bottom number there, that's this sensor on top of the fan, 94 degrees and 25% humidity. So the reason I did that, first time ever doing this, I've seen a few other commercial beekeepers on YouTube, and I have a friend that lives fairly close, he does this also. It just draws out any last bit of humidity or water content just to get your honey as low as possible with the water content. Obviously you want it below 18.6%, which the bees automatically do when they cap the honey. So when you see cured honey that's capped, you can test it, and 9 times out of 10 it will be below 18.6%, which is really phenomenal that the bees know how to do that. So we will be using our Maxent extractor. Again, I've had this for a few years. This is the 3100P model because it is motorized. It is a 6-frame extractor, I believe. Yeah, it's a 6-frame, or it's advertised as a 9-frame, or a 6 and 3. It can accommodate 6 shallow or medium frames and 3 deep frames. However, the one drawback with the deep frames, you have to flip them around and spin them again. The shallow and the medium frames, you don't have to do that at all. And unlike years in the past, I don't have any deeps to harvest, so this should be a lot more efficient this year, only having 1 shallow and a few mediums. And then, again, over my shoulder, this time my left shoulder, we have the Hive Butler ST. We were kind enough for the Hive Butler to choose us, to send us one of their products, and this will be my first time using it. And what not a better day to use it and test it out than on our honey harvest day. So it's made out of food grade plastic. It does have a honey gate option, and I just wanted to show you real quick. Very inexpensive wood from Lowe's. I am not the best wood worker in the world by any means, but just for a few dollars you can make some very simple modifications here that will help you harvest your honey. Alright, that does it for now. I have quite a few hours of work ahead of me. I'll be extracting the frames, or uncapping the frames, using one of my favorite tools that I bought a few years ago. This is a needle nose roller, and then your typical, not really 100% sure what this is called, but it's just an uncapping tool. And then I picked up a very inexpensive knife from Walmart. I think this was like 88 cents, just to possibly help me with some of the supers that I ran as 9 frames, so the frames are drawn out pretty thick. The idea, if you don't know, is when you run a 9-frame super, it can hold more honey, which I think is true, because, that reminds me, I'll show you that here in a second, it can hold more honey, so if I don't want to use the needle roller for those, I'll just uncap them with the knife. So what I was going to say is when I pulled the boxes on Saturday, granted this is the weight of the box, the frames, the wax and everything, but box number 1 you can see weighed 44.4 pounds, 26.8 for number 2, 51.8 for number 3, and 33.8 for number 4, and I have them all labeled right here, so pretty impressive. And if you look at number 4, sorry for going back and forth, that is a 10 frame. I actually have 10 frames in there, but that is a shallow box weighing 33 pounds. So each frame could weigh about 3 pounds. Anyway, don't want to make this too long of an intro. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you hit the bell, of course, you'll receive notifications of future videos. And if you are interested in purchasing some of our honey, check us out on Instagram and Facebook. When you see the Book Now button, simply click on it. That'll take you over to our Square site, and everything is as seamless as possible. Pick the day and time that works for you. You can book up to a week in advance. You'll pay through the site, and you'll pick up the honey from our house from the front porch. We are limiting our contact with our customers, unfortunately, because of COVID. We do have 2 small children that are too young to receive the vaccination just yet, so that's how we continue to do our part with keeping them safe, unfortunately. We really would like to interact more with our customers, but until things kind of resume to normal, this is what we have chosen to do to keep our children safe. So don't take offense to that we're not interacting with everybody. We really would like to, but for now, when you book your appointment and pay for your honey through the site, you'll just simply pick it up from our front porch, and we'll communicate that with you through the text service through the Square site. All right, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Honey harvest June 15th, 2021. I really look forward to uncapping some of these frames and spinning them in our extractor and watching the beautiful honey run out of the honey gate into our 5-gallon buckets. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. All right, slipped into something a little more comfortable, tank top. Like I said, it's 90 degrees out here and 33% humidity, and I'm gonna be out here for a few hours extracting these boxes, but I just wanted to show you the weights that I showed you on the sticky note by putting the box on the scale. Here's box number 1, 43.8. Here's box number 2, 26.4. Box number 3, 50.4. And box number 4, 33.2. A few of those weights have varied from the other day, which maybe it's a water content issue, like maybe the boxes are a little drier than they were on Saturday, but either way, just wanted to show you firsthand from what I was sharing off the sticky note, and that was from 4 days ago. So that's kind of curious to see. They are a tad lighter, not much, but a little bit. All right, that's enough of that. Let's start uncapping some frames and spinning some honey. All right, here we go. About to pull the first frame. Hopefully the camera angle is good, and hopefully the box fan in the background isn't making too much noise. All right, so these are frames off of box number 1. This is a nice candidate for the needle roller. And all you have to do is just set your frame on the nail or screw. So years in the past, I'll go left to right, and then up and down. You just want to puncture or uncap as many cells as possible, hopefully all of them. This is a heavy frame. That's nice. Okay, that didn't take too long to get a full extractor, so at this point I'm just going to turn it on, let it run at about 20 to, yeah, we'll do 20%. Actually, do a little more. Do about 30%. Start watching some of the honey get slung, and should be ready to open the honey gate in just a matter of minutes. If you can't see that, let me move the camera, but you should see some honey being slung up on the inside of the extractor, and that is a beautiful thing. Alright, we're going to give this a few minutes. We'll check back, speed up the tempo here a little bit, and watch some honey flow out of the honey gate. Alright, it's been running for about 5 minutes. It doesn't look like any more honey is being slung against the inside of the extractor, so let's just turn it down. Yeah, this frames look pretty dry. I mean, they're still wet, but they just don't have honey in them. And let's get everything set up to let the honey flow. Alright, here we go. First harvest of 2021. That is absolutely beautiful. That is a nice golden color, very light. And now at this point, it's just a matter of rinsing and repeating, meaning just repeating the process for the rest of the boxes. Here's a quick tip for you when it comes to harvest time. If you run one of these filters, this is a 400 micron filter. As you can see, when the honey starts filling up in the bucket and it starts to touch the bottom of the filter, obviously it can't drain or drip through anymore. So if you get some pieces of wood and just prop the filter on top of that, you can maximize your bucket space. Alright, the 2021 honey harvest is coming to an end. I have one last frame to put into the extractor. I'm just waiting on the kids to come out and join me for the very last frame this year. I hear them now, so they should be here in a few seconds. Here they come. Oh look! Oh, Charlotte! Oh, Charlotte, come here. You want some honey? You want some honey? Come here. Touch it. Touch. Touch. Come here. Look. Come here. Touch. Touch. Taste. Honey. That's honey. Alright, I just got done harvesting all the honey supers, and I wanted to weigh the boxes now that the honey's been extracted to see the difference. So here we go. Box number 1, box number 2, box number 3, alright, box number 4. Okay, just got done doing the math with the full weights, the empty weights, and then the difference. So again, the first super was 44.4 pounds, the second was 26.8, the third was 51.8, and the fourth was 33.8. Empty, the first super was 15.8, the second was 12.8, the third was 19, and the fourth was 13.2. So the difference, the honey that I was able to harvest from the first box was 28.6, second box was 14, the third box was 32.8, and the fourth box was 20.6, for a grand total of 96 pounds. So one 5-gallon bucket to the brim holds about 60 pounds. So that should be one full bucket and about, well, half of another bucket. And here's the numbers real quick, just to show you. So that's what we're looking at when they were full, when they were empty, and then the difference. And I do have, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is a decent amount of honey at the bottom of the extractor. And I say decent amount because it's actually covering up the honey gate there. And the reason I have not let that run out of the extractor yet is because this filter is taking its sweet time to drain. So I'm going to give this about an hour, come back later, let the rest of the honey flow out, and that should be it for today. Alright, here it is, the next morning. It's just before 8 o'clock, and I'm dropping the honey supers off into the back corner of the property and letting the bees rob them out today. Hey, what's up everybody? It is the following day, and as you can see over my right shoulder, the bees continue to clean up the honey supers, the filter. I dumped out the cappings onto a cooking sheet so they can just clean that up a little easier, the cage from the extractor, and the hive butler. We'll go take a closer look here in a second. But again, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And if you see the Book Now button on each of those pages, that means that you can actively book an appointment through the Square site to purchase honey from us. If you don't have those platforms, you can also look us up on Google Maps, and if you scroll down, you'll see the Book Now or the booking link or appointment link, which will also take you to the Square site. In case I forgot, we'll leave the honey on our front porch as we continue to do our part with social distancing. Again, we have 2 small children that aren't old enough to receive the vaccination, so that's how we continue to do our part to keep them safe. Alright, well, hey, that does it for 2021. A whole lot of work that goes into that one special day that we call our honey harvest. Let's take a closer look real quick before I get out of here at the bees cleaning up some wax cappings, and that'll do it.